February is the month of love. But what do people really love more? The money. Budget month is February in the Isle of Man. But what does budget month mean? I went and spoke to Treasury Minister Alex Allinson, who I can only assume is a pirate or a priest, or both, to find out more. Who are you?
Well, my name's Dr. Alex Allinson. I'm the Treasury Minister for the Isle of Man government.
And what do you know about birds?
Birds.
Budget, not budgie.
But what do you know about but not birds? The bouget. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
It's the budget.
Budget.
Yeah,
Budget. Okay. Can you tell me about
the budget, each year I have to come forward to Tynwald with a full description of how we're going to get revenue into the Isle of Man government, and then how we're going to spend it on behalf of the Isle of Man people.
And how much of that money goes on birds?
I think some of it goes to the Department for Environment, Food and Agriculture, and they look after birds. Sometimes they're
Budgies.
obviously with avian flu.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many budgies are involved though. I'd have to ask.
Okay. Oh well, I would have thought that you would just have this information, really, being a minister. Do you marry people? You married many people? You're a married man?
I am married, but I'm not that sort of minister. I'm a political minister rather than a priest, I'm afraid.
Oh, so you marry politicians?
I haven't. No, I'm not. I don't think registered to marry people. Formally, I think you have to go through some courses for that, and I haven't managed to do those yet.
Okay, I don't understand why you're called a minister then.
Well, when you go into Parliament, then the Chief Minister gets a cabinet of ministers, and he appoints you as a minister, and you go before the governor.
Like a drinks cabinet that he keeps you in.
There's no alcohol involved, and we do try to take our role relatively seriously. So a cabinet means, it's a table that we sit around.
Okay, well, I feel like you call yourself a minister, but you don't marry people, and you call a table a cabinet when a table's a table. So I just think I don't understand how the Manx people are supposed to understand what a budgie is when you don't even call a table a table.
Well, what we try to do is more outreach and explaining the budget to people in a way that they can understand, and a way that is meaningful for them.
Okay. How is it meaningful for me?
Well, what will be in the budget this year will be to try to put more money in your pocket by looking...
My pocket?
Your pocket. By looking at taxation, by looking at national insurance rates, by looking at the personal thresholds, but also by looking at how we spend that money in terms of benefits and the provision of frontline services.
And all that will go in my pocket?
Well, I'm hoping that some of that will go back into people's pockets on the Isle of Man to drive consumer confidence and also business confidence.
When do I get it?
So the budget's in February, but the changes normally come in from the beginning of April this year.
Okay. Well, I've booked a holiday in March, so I could really do with it earlier.
Unfortunately, that is impossible, because I need to get this past Tynwald until those measures can come into play.
How easy is it to get it past Tynwald? You just walk past.
I wish it was that easy. I need to stand up and give a budget speech,
okay,
and then answer questions on it.
Don't mention birds though, because it's not about birds. So so you don't look like an idiot.
I'll try not to.
Okay, you're welcome. Sorry, what were you talking about?
So as I'm saying, I need to give a budget speech and budget briefings, and then answer people's questions in Tynwald, and then we have a vote on whether Tynwald approve the budget or not, and whether it comes into law.
And is it usually, do people vote pretty easily for it, or
normally there are people who vote against the budget because they don't like one particular part of it, or they don't like the whole programme. and I'm expecting this budget to be, relatively controversial and perhaps get people voting against it.
Does that hurt your feelings when people vote against it?
Well, it's part of democracy. Sometimes it's difficult to deal with people who will vote against it just on principle, but I try to explain it to them why I think it's a really good budget this year.
How many millions of pounds is the budget?
Well, this year it's around about £1.3 billion in terms of overall government revenue and then government spending, with a balanced budget, so it roughly equalises between the two.
1.3 billion?
Yeah.
Could I you have £20? I'm just kidding. Unless...
I haven't got any cash on me at the moment.
That's fine, I just wanted a warm drink, but that's fine. How much is that in 30p's?
We tend to calculate it more roughly rather than in small change, but it would be several hundred tons of small change, I'm sure.
Okay, so and it would weigh the equivalent of, just off the top of my head, like either maybe one Laxey wheel and 6 elephants. Do you reckon it would weigh the equivalent amount of that?
I don't think we've ever calculated the weight of the total government
Sorry,
income.
stupid suggestion. Not forget that. No, 1 Laxey wheel and 8 elephants.
It would be quite a lot if you did it in small change.
Yeah, I think that's probably an accurate description. This is not actually money itself.
No, this is the budget document. This is the pink book.
So it's not actually made out of money?
No.
How much money do you have on you right now?
I've got 20 quid.
I asked for £20 earlier. And do you remember what you told me?
Well, I didn't think I had any money in it at the time. Sorry.
So, what is it that we have learnt from this year's budget? Well, it hasn't happened yet, but what we can come to expect is that there is more than £1 billion in it, which we have learnt is the equivalent weight of 1 Laxey wheel and 8 elephants.
What are you doing? I have literally told you you are not welcome in here. You don't work. Get your stuff. Get out. Out. Just please, God, go. Oh my God. I don't know what she's told you. She's probably talking about the budget. She thinks she's an expert. If you want to know what's going on, we've got a mini site. Just go there. You can find all the details. And we've got this programme happening on Friday, the 21st of February. It's with Dr. Alex Allinson, the Treasury Minister. If you want to come along, there's still some tickets left. Just go to the Manx Radio website. You can click on there. Ignore anything else she's said. I'm really sorry. Out! Get out!
In the UK, they have this sort of thing, but they have like a suitcase.
Yeah.
Where's yours?
Yeah, they have a red box, and I haven't got one of those, unfortunately.
Do you wish you had one?
We've never had. Apparently they cost quite a bit of money, and when he was going for drinks there would be some VAT on those drinks, and that would have come to us.
VAT,
yes.
Everybody should be on the stage or whatever. You say put money in people's pockets, but you didn't give me £20 before, did you? So.
No, I didn't.
You're a man of your words.
Well, I try to stick to the ministerial code, but as I said, I don't actually have any cash on me at the moment. Sorry.
It's alright.
Such healthcare, education, infrastructure is absolutely right. Skateboard parks, yeah, a lot of that's more to do with local authority spending, and obviously they're responsible for providing some services, but we do have things like the NSC and various facilities there as well, which were part of this year's budget with upgrading them.
Yeah, they don't have a skate park, so I think they've only just got the slides things, but Yeah, and do you find that those conversations go well?
Most of the time, if I get the chance to explain things, I've never had to run away.
Okay, well, there's always time. Are you a runner?
I haven't got my running shoes on now, but I might wear them
That's
for the
not what I
budget.
asked. I just asked if you were a runner.
Okay. Not very good.
I can believe that.
Well, it's part of democracy. Sometimes it's difficult to deal with people who will vote against it just on principle. But I try to explain it to them why I think it's a really good budget this year.
And then what do you do when they just still disagree? Do you just shoot them?
No, we don't shoot people in Tynwald.
Sorry. That was really good. No, so
If you can edit that before you start switching it off.
oh.